All right, let me go ahead and share the link. Hey, Bernard, how are you? Just getting ready to set up for the call. All right. Grand Rising, Cream Brunel, how are you? Always on time. I love that. I love that. I love that. Getting ready to share. Hey, Eva, baby, how are you, Queen? I'm just setting up here. We're going to wait for a few individuals to hop on before we get started. I would say maybe about 3 to 5 minutes. Welcome on board, Bernard. Congratulations. Hey, Nick. Alrighty. If you guys can go ahead and share in your groups and your chats that we are on and the link. I'm doing so as well. All right. Okay. How was y'all weekend? Hi, Rebecca. How are you? Welcome on board. I'm just setting up here for the call. We're giving it about 3 to 5 minutes so we can go ahead and get started and give enough time for those that want to be part of the live to hop on, right? That can see me good, right? The sun not too bright on me, is it? Because, you know, I'm already bright and then the sun is bright, so I don't know. Okay. Hopefully everyone gets it. Let's go. I'm going to touch on a subject today I think you guys are going to like. It's called fascination and being fascinated, right? Give me a minute. Let me grab my mouse real quick. All right. Look at all these beautiful reflections. Hi, Valencia. How are you? All right, all right. Hi, Jamar, Courtney, Tradania, John. How are you guys doing today, eh? All right, all right, all right. We're about to get started in what? Let me see what time is it. It's at 3 to 5 minutes, right? Okay. We're going to give it like 2 more minutes so I can set up my live on my page too, and they can tap in real quick. So those that are currently here, go ahead and put in the chat that you're on, just in case, you know, some people need that extra alert. Let's see. Let's see. All right, I'm about to hit Done. Start live. I think I got it. Starting the live on my phone. I'm on the computer right now. All right. Hey, Kendrick. Hi, Chris. Lorenzo. Hey, hey, hey. How are you? Hey, Andrew. All right, all right. Larry Williams. How you doing? Oh, I got some kings here today, huh? Okay. Yeah, y'all balancing out now. I like that. I like that. All right. Okay, we're about to give it one more minute. If you are currently in a group or in a chat, go ahead and let everyone know that you are on, and you are on. Hi, Victoria. Hey, Julio. Go ahead and let everyone know that you are on, and we are about to get started, and we're going to talk about some fascinating things today. I don't know how it might go because I'm just floating, but you know. All right. One more minute. Okay, we're giving it one more minute. Hi, FJ, baby. FJ's on the other line. All right. So how was your week? Let's start there. How was your week? Do you guys enjoy your week? You know, because every week is so interesting. Just the fact that you was able to go through 7 days and then Saturday to see my calls. Sometimes it feels like it takes too long. Saturdays takes too long. Hey, boo. I was thinking about adding Wednesdays to these calls. All right. How many people can say they had an awesome week? How many people can say they had a fascinating week? How many people can say their week was enchanted because it was that dope? Phenomenal. All right, Valencia, I like that one. Let's get it, girl. So first and foremost, before I go ahead and get started, as I always ask you, your time is very, very, very important. So if you are on your phone, go ahead and put your phone on do not disturb mode because this is your time. So, you know, it's time to silence everything else and just focus where you are right now. Because if you're out here, it's because you see an importance or an interest and you might just get something that's gonna elevate you and is gonna activate you, right? Yeah, have you guys heard of the DNA, right? Our DNA as humans, our blood, our atoms and our cells and all of this cool stuff inside of us, right? So DNA, I have something that I consider it. The D is for divine, the N is for nature, and A is for activated. Okay, so are you divine? Are you naturally, divinely activated? Are you activated yet? Because if you're not activated yet, I'm about to activate you. So if you ain't trying to be activated yet, you probably should get off the live right now because I don't know what I'm about to say, but whatever it is gonna light you up a little bit, right? Because that's what we're looking for. Sometimes we go through life and we get in situations because we're trying to find something, yet we don't know what it is that we're looking for, right? We don't know what it is. What is it that's going to activate us? And sometimes it just takes that one person to say that one word to fully take you into effect, into where you need to be right now. You know, if you were lost and whatnot, you know, in the Bible, it does say seek and you shall find, right? Because if you do seek, you will find. That is the fact. If you have not yet realized that, that is a super fact. Okay, so I wanted to share two things. I wanted to share the word fascination, fascinating, you know, enchanted. I wanted to share that and speak on that. And I also wanted to share a story. As you guys know, you know, I've traveled in my youth and I've seen a lot. Let's just say I've seen a lot, you know, and I'm grateful now and where I am now that I saw what I saw, because those things, is what activated me, you know. And even though I was young, I didn't realize that activated me. So I've been activated for a long time. Okay, but let's go ahead and let me see what I'm gonna share first. Y'all, fascination or activation? See, because I know I'm gonna get lit, so I'm trying to see which one is a little bit more subtle. All right, let's see. Let me go ahead and speak on activation. Okay, let's go ahead and talk about activation. And activation, the subject that I'm using is from my own experience in my past, right? In a sense that I feel may have activated me to why I feel so adamant about the things that I do, and why I want to help children, and why I want to excel in those areas in my life. You know, I want to help the youth. The youth to me is the most important. You know, my target is youth. If y'all didn't know, my target is youth. For those that have dealt with me in the past, understand this, and they know where I'm coming from, because they know how I feel about the youth, right? So I want to share a story. I don't know how many people in here are from the islands. Anyone here is from the islands outside of the United States? Have you gone to your island before? Because if you haven't, I'm telling you now, it's time to go ahead and visit your ancestors. It's time to go ahead and visit your island, wherever it is that your family comes from, you know. And after you do that, make sure you visit Africa. All right. So what I wanted to share was, I remember, you know, it was in a lot of different areas that we went. You know, as I said, it was mostly like poor individuals, you know. And I kid you not, you know, of course I was young, so I was with the children most of the time, right? When we went to these travels and these great places, you know, it was like in the mountains, or it was just always open field, grass, and just nature itself, like the Amazons, you know. So when I went to these places, you know, something that fascinated me is how they were so appreciative, of what they have. You know, and in my mind, you know, I'm feeling some type of way, because I'm like, they're walking around with no shoes. They're walking around with no clothes, you know, and they're happy. They're okay. Like they don't feel like they're missing out on anything. And me being that I know what I know, and I came from where I came from before I went to visit them, it's like, what in the world is really going on out here, right? But they don't know. They don't know. In their head it can be a vision, but they ain't have TV. So look, it's deep out here. Hi, Brandon. You know, they didn't have a vision. So these individuals, you know, I would play with the kids and different things like that. And I remember when I used to stay in Dominican Republic, you know, I used to go on intervals, you know, throughout the year. And something that just stuck to me is how I used to see the children walk around with their flip-flops, you know, and just have like big buckets with them, on their shoulders. And I'm telling you now, when I say kids, I'm talking about they're about, I want to say 7, 8 years old, because they were about the same age as me, right? 7, 8 years old. And these kids were early in the morning walking around selling fruits. They selling for their family to be able to bring food to the table, right? So they can afford the things that they need to be able to provide to the rest of the family, right? And they're at 7 years old. You know, and I'm telling you this story to explain to you the activation, fascination, how this comes together, you know, because a lot of people, they was born here, never traveled, or even went outside of their city, don't really know how deep it is. You know, we can sit here and be in limbo and lay down, lamp up all day, you know, like it's all good, you know, like, and there's so much out here. Then you want to ask yourself, you know, what am I doing? Why this person is where they are and I'm not there, you know? And I feel that going back, whenever I feel that I'm off, I always go back to those moments that I used to see these children, because they used to work hard, you know, at a very young age, 7, 8, 9 years old. And they were out there hustling. They were out there grinding. They were out there making it happen. You know, you see those same kids at 13 years old, beasts, beasts. Can nobody tell them anything, because they went through their grind, and they're making their money, they're making it happen. So at the end of the day, it's really no excuse, is what I'm trying to explain. There is no excuse. Okay, sometimes you have to just put yourself in the fire at times. Put yourself in the fires, and to you may think that it's fire, but it's really not fire. It's just that some people don't know the unknown, and they stay stuck right there in the unknown. So because they don't know, they rather stay where it's safe and comfortable to go outside, and tap into what they need to tap in. Because truthfully, you are limiting yourself. You are limiting yourself and where you're supposed to be. And truthfully, when you're talking about your purpose, you don't question it. You don't really know how you're going to get to it. Okay? If you're trying to manifest certain things in your purpose and it's not happening, it's because you're going against what the Most High is trying to give you. You're going against the process that the Most High wants you to go through. Okay, now I'm sharing this to go into fascination. Okay, the word fascination is very, 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 very strong. Okay, and I always have a word for y'all every day on, on strong words, because words are strong and they have a lot of volume. Okay, and each word, not just that, but they also have a vibration, and how you use it, my goodness, how you use it is a whole nother story. Oh, I'm sorry, I don't know what I did here. People calling my phone, I'm sorry. Okay, so what I want to say is life is a fascinating journey. You have to let it go through. You have to go through it. Stop trying to go in the in-between, or try to look for a shortcut. If it ain't working and you trying shortcuts, you need to go through it. Okay? If it ain't working, go through it. Because that means that you are capable of going through it. You just don't know that you have that strength to go through it instead of finding a shortcut. Even though the journey may look long, or it is in a far distance, because it's your purpose and it's in what you need to do, because it's in your purpose and what you need to do, things will happen very, 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 very quickly. I'm sorry, hold on to me. Things will happen very quickly for us. Fascination is an irresistible attraction to something or someone. Okay, so if you're fascinated, and maybe you don't know you're fascinated, so if y'all don't know what fascinated is about something or someone, it's basically you're just like, you just everything that person, right? And in a sense, you can compare it to like when you meet someone and you just become so fascinated with them and everything they stand for, maybe their brain, or anything. It don't necessarily have to be a particular thing, so. And not only that, but it also means being enchanted. Another strong word, another word that holds a lot of volume, right? And it's a strong vibration, because enchanted, that means you can be in a spell and you don't even know that you're in a spell, right? Isn't that something? You can be in a spell. If you have to ask yourself, what's wrong with me? You might just be in a spell. So just be careful, okay? So we have to be careful about what enchants us, okay? You have to be careful about the things that enchant you, because not all the time is good for you. It's not healthy. It's not enchanting friendly, if that's the best way I can put it, okay? So sometimes we fascinated by things that are not for our highest self, right? For our highest good, right? If we can be fascinated by the process of life and not so interested in defining it as a good or a bad thing, life will become more interesting for you and to you. Trust me, when When we are fascinated by life, we become fascinating to others. Okay, because there's a certain vibration that you give out. We have to be careful not to be too fascinated with the angels, or you know, the things in the outside, you know, outside of God, you know, themselves, because we want to be fascinated with the Most High. And you know why we want to be fascinated with the Most High? Because we are a part of the Most High. So you should always be fascinated, okay? Because if you really knew who you were, if you knew who you were, if I was to tell you, hey, I don't know if you knew this, but I saw your daddy over there, you know? And then you come to find out that your daddy is one of the most powerful individuals in the entire universe, in the entire world. Like, how do you even deal with that, right? But it's fascinating. It's very fascinating. So I use this word fascination to go into BYOBFX, okay? Because we sometimes become fascinated with an individual, right? We see how they're growing, we see they're doing good, and we're like, oh, I want to follow this person, I want to be like this person, right? But let me tell you something. You can become part of their team. You can be fascinated by them, but that doesn't mean that is the person that you need to be in front of, or follow, or be in their team to get where you need to get. Okay, and this is an advice that I'm telling you now from my past experience. If you know you have greatness inside of you, be careful of who you choose to join with. Be careful of who you choose to truly follow. And the reason I say this is because it will take time away from you. If the person is not giving you that extra one-on-one, that extra attention that you need, then you're not going to be growing. To me, it's important to have a personal relationship with each and every one of our team, you know, of our everyone that wants to be a part of what we're doing, right? We should be able to, you know, contact them at least one a week. We should be able to reach out to them. Truthfully and honestly, I'm going to try my best, no matter how high up in the ladder I go, that I make myself available, okay? Because that's how much I care. And at the end of the day, I was that person that was seeking help, that was hungry, that wanted more, that wanted to learn, wanted to know the game. And it was nobody. I met a lot of people and a lot of leaders throughout the way, you know, but that's all they were. For me to say I need a one-on-one, or I want you to show me how you do this, they wouldn't put the time of day. They wouldn't really give me that time, you know, and I understand that they're busy. But truthfully, if they took that time to speak with me, you know, even if it's just one time, I assure you and them that they would have put that time on me. And they would have been very, very delighted and grateful, you know, that they did, because I know I'm a valuable person. You know, I know what I can bring to the table. Okay. And I was hungry. And how many of us leaders always looking for that person, that hungry, that tiger, that beast, right? We're always looking for that person, right? You know, but for me now, my spiritual growth and everyone else in the world is the most important, because it's important for us to know who we are. And if you don't know who you are, you can't really do too much for other people. You can't really lead other people. Okay, it's very important that you know who you are. And y'all know I'm always going to go into knowing who you are before I end my call, because it's important that you know who you are. Okay, understand that you are a reflection of the Most High. I don't know how else to explain that, but if you don't know who God is, sit down in your silence and listen inside of you. Okay, God is in there. He's in there. The answer's in there. We was born with all the answers, okay? And as we're born, we receive downloads from the Most High, you know. As long as we stay in tune, we receive downloads, and it lets us know which way to go. Is it okay if we go this way or that way, right? You know, and how many of y'all, tell me, how many of you have encountered that you get like this feeling inside of you when you're in the midst of a situation and you don't know what to do? Like, you really feel stuck, you know, you're not sure if you could go right, if you should go right or left, right? And you have that feeling inside of you that's telling you, hey, go right, go right. But in your mind, you're like, man, left look better. I think I'm gonna go left, right? And then you go left, and then things turn out crazy, and you're like, damn, I had that feeling inside of me telling me to go the other way, and I still went this way. If I would have gone that, how many I think all of us have done it, right? All of us have done it. we somehow at times ignore our higher self, but understand what I just said is your higher self. And in your higher self is also the Most High. He's ready for you. Okay, he's waiting for you, put it like that. He already gave you the tools and everything you need. It's so serious that the scientists can't even figure out the human body. Every time they think they got it right, they still be off, because it's so deep. That's how uniquely formed we are. So I'm gonna go ahead and end the call, because I already see I went over. Ladies and gentlemen, for those that do not know me, my name is Mercedes Desire